Welcome all you Virgos to your monthly reading for the month of August, and we have been looking at chakras each month starting all the way back in January. So last month we finished up the 7th chakra, which is the crown chakra. It's the most 7 popular chakras of what we talked about. Now we're going into kind of the ones that aren't as commonly known, and this month we're going to be looking at the Earth Star Chakra, which is the chakra that is like 6 inches below our feet, and it aligns us with the heart of Earth. It has like this anchoring energy that anchors our light and our soul deeply into the earth. And that divine feminine energy gives us this feeling of being supported, of being grounded, kind of like being held on our journey. So for this month, we're going to be asking the Creator and Spirit, where can you use more support, more groundedness, and where you can be held in your life? If you're new to my channel, what I do each month is I do take a tarot deck and I split off the major arcana from the 4 suits of the minor arcana. And for the major arcana, this represents the general energies for the month on what they're wanting you to know. And for this month, I am using the Tarot of the Magical Forest. And then also for the main, I'm also picking a card here from the Ancestral Path Tarot. Any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. So we'll jump in and get started here. First, for all of you Virgos, we're just going to see general energies. So we'll start here for our Virgos. What would you like them to know? What area of their life or what information regarding where they can have that groundedness, that being held? All right, there we go. And then let me give these a shuffle too. And one more time. All right, so for our Virgos, what else would you like them to know? Okay, actually, I think they want this one right here. So we are going to go with that one. And we'll start with this big one. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. So card number 10, endings and new beginnings. But there are things, it's like the Wheel of Fortune has this story around it that, you know, before you came down here, your soul decided that it wanted you to be the avatar that it's living this life through. It's decided when you were going to be born into this world and when you're going to withdraw back out of it and go completely back into the spirit world. Yet it shows all these fated events that it wanted you to experience and it wanted to experience through you for this lifetime. And even though they're fated events, you still have the power within each of those fated events to choose what emotion you want to feel as you're going through it, like a giant improv. You know, what you get to choose what story or interpretation you put around whatever's happening in your life. So you move from this feeling of like, I'm on this out of control drama train that all this stuff is just flying all over the place, you know, that you see that it's more like a monorail train where it is on a track, it's attached to it, it can't fly off. It has all the stops, all the stuff that's happening on purpose, for a purpose. And so you kind of change from this place of feeling like you're a victim of life, you know, that life is happening to you, and you realize this power that comes when you realize that all of this is planned and fated, all this stuff is happening in your life for you instead. So I love that support. It's like letting you know that you're not, you know, just flying all over the place, that there is a plan for everything. And then you have the Lover's card. So this is great. This is emotional choices. So in combination with these two, I'm really getting this message that they're bringing in this power of choice, especially around the emotional side, that you get to choose how you feel as you go through anything in life. And I know in the beginning, when they first told me that, I was like, I don't feel like I'm making a choice. It just kind of it was like, this thing happens and this is how I feel. This thing happens and this is what I feel it means. And They, of course, sat me down and very patiently just said, here, look at your childhood. Like any human, all of the human children are given all these popular opinions on what something is supposed to mean and how you're supposed to feel as you go through it. It's reinforced over and over and over again to where it becomes your habit to feel that when that thing happens, or think that's what it means when you go through it. And then it becomes such a habit that it becomes a reaction. It doesn't feel like you're making a choice because it happens so quickly. But they said if you take a deep breath as you're going through things, that you can see when that choice is being made, with what you're thinking, what you're feeling. And sometimes it happens right after it's done, when you're back into your kind of sane mind instead of not in fight or flight mode anymore. When you're calmed down, you can look and go, oh, this is the emotional choice I chose, or this is the mental choice I made on what it means. I can choose to look at it differently. And it's about forming a new habit on how you're looking at those things. We, of course, will dig in here more. When we're going into the minor arcana, these 4 suits represent 4 different areas of your life. And we're going to start with the fire element, which is the wands suit, which represents your drive, your ambition, your passion, your inspiration, your energy. It could be your spiritual energy too. So this is going to be whatever the creator spirit wants you to know about your energetic adventure during the month of August. So for our Virgos, what would you like them to know? All right. And you got the 6 of Wands. So I was just noticing as I was doing that, I go, oh, look, that's the 6th, which is the 6th house, which is Virgo. You roll the 6th house. And so here are all these 6s popping up here. So that is about, the Virgo, the 6th house is about, your body and your health, and looking at, it's the Virgo journey, right? But this is the recognition card in the wand suit. So this is all about understanding where it is that you're looking for recognition from. We at first are drawn to get recognition from the outside world, but the 6s are this choice, this change of things where we look at that there's 2 different places, there's 2 different flows going on. It's the, I was going to say disappointing adoration you get in the outside world that's short-lived and unstable and not fulfilling. And when we look to the higher realms and understand that you are seen by the higher realms, that they love you, that they watch you. I mean, this whole Wheel of Fortune is that everything is unfolding for you. You suddenly are like, you know what? I don't need to be in this drama where there's a victim, a villain, and a hero anymore. I am loved unconditionally. All this stuff that's happening is for me. You are recognized, you are seen, and you have this change of that energy around that you don't feel like you have to, people please anymore, that you can see things in a completely different way. We'll get some more clarity on that too through this Starseed Oracle. See what else they want you to know about your energetic experience here. Energetic adventure for August. Yeah, definitely this supported feeling, right? Like you're not in this life all alone. Okay, there you go. And you have the fall into my arms. Support, right? Surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. Again, choices, right? So let me put that here. Let's see what other energy comes with this. The Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of Source. But at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded, and when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life. The agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the it's a big long word, inextinguishable, there we go, existence of your experience as a soul, right? The Great Mother, which is amazing that we're talking about the Earth Star Chakra, and that's the connection to Earth Mother, right? The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, your worries, your hurt, your sorrow, your fears, your burdens, and your doubts, to lay them on her altar, to fall fully into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more wildly the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I've truly lived, right? We talked about the pendulum, the emotional choices. Every moment is an emotional choice between unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. I love the colors of these pinks too, with that higher heart chakra on there. And the starseed activation questions or awarenesses on this for this card, it says, look at this card and allow it to be on the portal of your heart and whisper the following. I'm ready to embrace the extremes of my life. I lay all that I'm carrying onto the Great Mother's altar and fall completely into her arms. Wow, it's just beautiful. I mean, we were talking about support, the Earth Star Chakra. So she's telling you, yes, I'm here for you. Fall into my arms. I got you. Next, we're going to move into the only suit that has to do with the outside of us. You know, this is your energy that's inward. We're going to talk about your thoughts and your emotions. All that's inside. But the Pentacle suit, the earth element, is about the outside. And this actually is your element, Virgos. And so this is your physical life. This is all those other characters that are on stage with you, all the props, including your own bodies, which, like I said, is the Virgo journey in life with the 6th house, health. All right, so we're just going to take a look here and see what the Creator and Spirit wants you to know about your physical adventure regarding that groundedness, that supportedness, and being held. So for our Virgos, what do you want them to know about okay, they do want that one and that one. So you've got the 5 of Pentacles. Sorry for the glare there. There we go. Put that up here. And then you also have the 4 of Pentacles. So the 4 of Pentacles brings in stability. The journey that the 4 of Pentacles and kind of these in combination together, you learn through all of this Pentacle experience, the outside world is, and how you're defining your worth by the outside. You know, this, when you're looking and defining yourself by relationships or defining yourself by situations like your job, education, social status, or etc., or by your body or by your possessions or bank account. You know, you have these 3 areas of your life. It's like the 3 pentacles of your life that you look at, that you're told these things define you, these things define your worth. But that's like retail price when we look outside of ourselves, and it's very unstable because relationships, people change or they pass away. Situations never stay the same, and things in our bodies break down, deteriorate, are stolen, catch on fire. Those things are all unstable. And so when we're defining ourselves by those, we feel unstable ourselves. Well, the Five of Pentacles comes in. These people are outside. They feel abandoned. They have looked outside of themselves. Those humans have disappointed them, really made them realize that when they are looking for their daily sustenance, how can they depend on that outside world? Everything that goes on, inflation and shortages and all this kind of stuff, we're just like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. And when you do that, we do feel abandoned. We feel like we've been left out in the cold, quite literally, like the card shows. But there's also this church window here that has, it's usually like a stained glass window, which represents source, represents the creator, the higher spiritual world. And we go through this understanding that, the Four of Pentacles says when you turn inward for your self-worth instead of outward for your retail price, you realize you're priceless. When these people go inside that door and they realize that it's not the humans that bring me my daily sustenance and what I need, but it is the creator of all things. It is source. Now, people might be the delivery company that brings it to us, hands it to us, gives it to us, but it's coming from source. And so there's this foundation that comes in, because this becomes about unconditional love defining your worth and who you are, not this conditional love of the outside world. Again, that, duality that comes in. It's either of unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. And you know which one you're in by how you're feeling. We're also going to pull a card here from the Spirit of the Animals Oracle. See what else they want you to know about your physical adventure for August. One more time. Okay. So that one came right out, and this is the one they want for you. Yep, squirrel. It is squirrel. Always prepared. And a little nutty, right? You are the expert of hard work and hard play. Your cheerful and fun disposition is a blessing to everyone. Don't let life's distractions take you off course. Make a plan for the future, and life will give you all you need. Right? Your needs will be met. I think we were just talking about that. So let's take a look here and see what else Squirrel has to say for you here. Squirrel! So it says, squirrels plan ahead, store for the future, and are always prepared. They scurry around in the fall, energetically collecting nuts, chattering enthusiastically, and still making time to play. Squirrels know how to work hard and play hard. So while squirrels hide more nuts than they find, they know that the immediate rewards for their actions are not the ultimate goal. They reap what they sow, and sometimes it is lifetimes later when a buried acorn becomes a mighty oak. Squirrel people can be highly energized. They dart here and there doing many things at once, and sometimes forget exactly what they meant to do. When squirrel shows up, it may be a reminder to slow down and focus, review your goals, and get back on track. Squirrel's arrival could be telling you to balance your life with play, work, friends, and rest. If squirrel is your totem, know that you will overcome all obstacles with your resourceful nature. Be assured that your preparedness and planning creates a life of good karma. You will always have what really matters, which is wealth of joy, love, home, and abundance. Wow, love that. And this card actually comes with some things to think about that you can review during the month of August, whatever one of these resonates for you. There are 3. First one, have you become stuck because of hoarding? Clear clutter and watch blessings flow. Number 2, have you been going nuts, running around in circles? Make a plan. And number 3, is your life missing something? Review your balance of work, play, rest, and love. Beautiful. Perfect. And then we will move now into the air element, which is the sword suit. This is your mind. So it's your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. So this is your mental adventure for the month of August. So Creator, Spirit, what do you want our Virgos to know about their mental adventure? Okay, there we go. Yep, you have the number 9 here. 9 of Swords, the Nightmare and Insomnia card. Got a lot on your mind, maybe. Anything keeping you up at night, waking you up at night, having some very bizarre dreams that are poking at you like swords, trying to get you to wake up about something in your life. This is very much Virgo energy too, because the number 9 in the major arcana is the Hermit card, which represents Virgo. And so you are going on this inner search, understanding your thoughts and beliefs and expectations about things. And I really feel like, especially with this review of your worth and your, especially with the 6s, with your health and your body in the 6th house, this is about you reflecting on those definitions, those expectations, those inner deep beliefs as well. We're going to pull a card here, get a little more clarity around this for the numerology guidance cards. See what else they want you to know about this mental thing. What's keeping you up at night? What area of your life? All right, so for our Virgos, tell us a little more about this, please. Okay. Nope, they said none of those. All right, here it is right here. So what's keeping you up at night? Karmic completion, 10, endings and new beginnings. So what, wow. I just really feel like there's this flood of information coming in. It's like, you've had this stuff that's been happening on purpose, for purpose, these fated events, these things that were happening, and they are, I kind of feel like this is this question in your minds about this thing is happening to me. Is it because I did something and that's why this is happening to me? You were talking about that punishment, right? That we feel like sometimes with these fated events that happen, I feel like it's because I did something wrong. I deserve this. When we were changing this, because all this, that's what's keeping you up at night. That's what is making you feel just so, I keep on getting the word punished. Like this thing that happened, you don't feel like it was happening for you. You feel like it was happening to you. And so this mindfulness stuff, this Wheel of Fortune is really connected to this. Realizing, wait a minute, this isn't like I'm being punished, making up for something I did in a past life and blah, 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 blah stuff. This is you realizing this beliefs that you have around, I deserved this instead of I wanted this. So sit with that for a moment. They don't even want me to read from the book. They're like saying, when you have something that happens in your life, whether it's, like we said, relationship-wise, situational-wise, body, finance-wise, possession-wise, when something bad happens and we look at it and we're like, oh, I deserve that. I must have done something wrong. We feel like it's a punishment, like something that's happening to us. That's when we're on the out of control drama train, because we feel we don't see the synchronicity and the alignment of the fates and how your soul before you came down here chose so many of these amazing experiences because it wanted to experience that through you. Now we forget about that because we have this veil for a while down here that we don't remember ordering that. It's like ordering from Amazon, like all of a sudden you get this knock at your door and there's these 10 packages from Amazon. You look at it going, when did I order this? And you forget that you ordered all this stuff. And like maybe you shouldn't have drank in that tequila that night because now you have some little armadillo slippers. You're like, oh my gosh, what is this about? But that's what's kind of happening here. And I don't know why they had that example, but that's what it is. You have all this stuff arriving in your life, and you're like, oh my God, who is sending this to me? And then if you remember, it's you that asked, that you yourself ordered this stuff to come into your life on purpose, for a purpose, not for punishment, but for your growth and understanding instead. And then lastly, we are going to move into the water element, which is, of course, your emotions. And this is just going to be what the Creator wants you to know about your emotional adventure for the month of August. But I love that, this, the surrendering, this understanding of all this. It's like, drop all that, this stuff, like it was talking about in this card. Let it all go, surrender it, put it on the altar of Mother Earth, and then enjoy the other vibrant emotions that are coming in with all that. Okay. Yeah, because here you have another 9. So you have the 9 of Cups, so that you're finding your inner emotional fulfillment by turning inward with all this too. So it's so perfect for this. So you're definitely finding that love that you're looking for, this emotional fulfillment, just like everything I was saying, all that joyful, abundant, whole, happy, joy. That's what comes in here with this as you release this and surrender that in. We're also going to pull from this high vibe deck. This will be the last oracle deck that I pull from. So being the last oracle deck, we're going to allow it to also be a wild card. Whatever else the Creator wants you to know about your month of August. Or it can be more about your emotional. It can be whatever that they want. So for our Virgos, what's your final oracle message for this reading for them, please? Okay. That one right there. Oh, look at that hot bath. Well, perfect for all this body stuff we were talking about. Water is a vibration changer. It calms your nerves and grounds your energy. Soak in a hot bath. Throw in some Epsom salts to release toxins in the body. If you don't have a tub or lack time, then imagine soaking in the tub, because your mind is powerful. Or hot springs. I know I have some Virgo friends that love hot springs and hot baths, so like you don't need any encouragement for that. But there you go. There you go. And then for your final messages, we're going to pull from these Whispering Woods deck here, just for the final messages that Creator and Spirit have for all our Virgos for your month of August, please. Well, okay. Okay, and then these two. We'll start with this one here, which is dance, which is so perfect with what we were just talking about too, right? All this joy. Allow yourself some fun each day, just as the sun dances with the moon each night. Perfect. And you also have transform. That says, emerge with beauty and grace from your cocoon. So this 9 is about taking time in your cocoon, taking this hermit approach within, but it also is allowing you, they're like, but come out as that butterfly, fly and flutter. But you also have retreat, which says, spoil yourself in the morning mist. Breathe in nature's sweet scents. So yeah, definitely this is about treating yourself. All right, we've been talking about groundedness. Keep to your roots and stand taller than the trees. And all these have squirrels on them. You're a little squirrely here. And your last one is hope. I love that. An idea like a single acorn can start a wondrous forest, which is the message that was in this about being nutty, right? How you plant a bunch of seeds and it does come back to you later. You know, the seed, the thing that you planted that you forgot you planted comes back later in this giant oak, right? So what a wonderful confirmation for the last card for this. I just love this for you, Virgo. All right, well, I'm going to leave the message here. If you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these monthly readings, I also put out weekly energy update readings for each zodiac sign and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, and that gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things helps spread the love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like a video or share a video, comment on a video, subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy happy, wants to share the videos of this channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of that, I am, of course, very, very grateful for that. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information and specific answers for your life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, mighty Virgos, as you have this amazing month of August, please know every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and of course, I love you too. Have an amazing month. I'm sure we'll be talking very soon. And in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.